Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Back at it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a what? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Buy up. Order as you can tell by that thumbnail right there. Order this Swifty Blue. Is he the most hated Southsider in Los Angeles? In that area, ain't nothing scarier than seeing about to walk down the street with a pit bull terrier, but in a menudo style and direct fashion. Let's get into it. I say yes, sir. Right? Guard. I said yes, bitch. Right? I say yes. Swifty's very hated. Now, there's a difference between being a hated person and hated on. You know, in the beginning, I literally thought that he was hated on because he was making moves. He was making power moves wearing shower shoes. Now, to what degree of shower shoes, I can't call it, but he definitely was had shower shoes on because he ain't never been locked up like that, so he doesn't really know, but he ain't got the boots laced up. But one thing I know is for sure is he's definitely become more hated than hated on. See, the differences between being hated on is people are envying you or hating on you because you have something they don't, whether it be a talent, charisma, you know, the gift of going out there and getting it, moving smooth with a purpose, hustling. Whatever it is, there's always going to be the naysayers. There's always going to be the people, the gente, the raza, anybody, Holmes, who hates on that. They want what you got. It's that they need that chain, Holmes. You know, it's like, get over here. They're going to need that, right? But at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, there starts to develop a real hatred. Okay, it starts as they're just hating on you. Ah, that poop butt, man. Fuck him, right? And then it becomes hatred. Now, I believe he is the most hated Southsider down south. And the reason being is he puts himself in situations that he shouldn't. You know, he finds himself in these situations, whether he puts himself there or he's dragged into it. He always finds himself in a situation that's very unbecoming. That's not cool, man. And it can only lead to a couple things, and that's death, which I don't wish upon no one, or incarceration, which I really don't wish upon no one, because that's a slow death. That's a death of the mind, the heart, the cora, the everything, right? Your shell. That's definitely worse than just death, Holmes, is being incarcerated. Now, this vato finds himself in these situations because he puts himself there, or he's dragged into them because of who he is. You know, there's a lot of people. I talked to a lot of people. I was in Vegas last night, man. I flew in this morning. I went to the fight. Orderly Ryan, what happened? Fucking Ryan, you lost me so much money. I might have to pawn this motherfucker like Swifty just to come back from that, right? In fact, I owe another homeboy $150. I got to go to the bank right now. I don't even know when I'll stop owing people money, but it's just bad. Orderly Ryan, thank you. Gracias. You did that. You're still a friend, but at the same time, to what degree of fucking knee pad should we about you? Now, look, I was talking to a lot of people, a lot of different gente, you know, some big wigs, some regular people, and Swifty Blue's name was mentioned quite a lot. Now, I didn't mention it. You know, I didn't ask questions about that vato. I could care less, man. That vato wasn't even on my agenda, but people brought his name up just watching my channel and knowing what I go through and what I does, because they started asking about him, to which I said, I don't know that vato personally. I don't know if it's an act that he puts on. I don't know if he's clout chasing. And a lot of them started saying that he was the next 6ix9ine. I said, now don't do that. Because that vato has never been a teller. That vato has never been at that point, Holmes, where he's faced with that obstacle or where he's in a position that he's told. He's never done that. So don't compare him to someone that fucking is like that, right? Period. Please don't do that. Because I'll defend his name on that. Even though I don't know that man, I still don't want to see someone being called about their name that righteously they don't deserve that. But they meant in a different capacity, not in the telling capacity, but in the capacity to go out there and basically do anything. King clout chasing. They say everything that he does, he's doing as a remix. He's doing it, you know, to gain clout, gain attention, for the views, for the likes, to make his name relevant. You know, and I understand that. Orale, Madonna used to do that. She used to get boned in her booty hole, right? Just so that way everybody knew she had a new album coming out. Orale, Rodman wore a dress, Holmes, then won a championship. I can't call it like an alcoholic. A lot of these stars do certain things so that the light is shined on them because they got something up and coming. That's called promotion. That's a promotion tactic. To yell, to scream, to gain attention, so that way when you drop an album or when you do a comedy show or when you act in a new movie, everybody, you're the buzzing cousin. You're the one talked about. My eye hurts. I think something flew in my eye in the airplane. Now trip out. Definitely, I could see where their conversation was going, and then it started to gravitate towards why people hate him so much, and they felt like he was comparable to 6ix9ine in that light. And I said to myself, is this Vato the most hated Southsider? I've met a lot of random Southsiders, residents in my lifetime, homes. Being from up north, you would think I haven't met as much or fraternized with as many as I have, but I have, even more so now that I'm not in the mix like that. We talk and have conversations, and there's some real Vatos, homes. These are individuals that I never would have talked to in the past. Saying, where you from? I never would have ever conversated with or had 2 words to speak to them because I felt a certain type of way. I was laced up a certain type of way, and they actually were laced up a certain type of way. And because there was that barrier, homes, that was that wall, it was East Side, West Side, Germany. I said, we didn't want to talk, hey? I didn't give a fuck what you were going through. You didn't definitely care about what I was going through. And then there was always that blockage, that force field in the middle, that imaginary line that we never overstepped unless we were willing to pick up a pedazo and overstep it. Now, and that happened on plenty of occasions. But now that I'm able to converse, and I did have conversations with some back in Nellis and in YA and in prison as well. But now that I'm able to familiarize with these people, fraternize and conversate, I get to know them and understand that they're just like me. There's not too much of a difference. I said, we all come from frijoles and tortillas. We all come from rats, the roaches, the shiesty approaches. We all come from food stamps. So, there's not a lot of difference or distance there. Now, when it comes to him, I've never, ever in my life seen someone hated so much. Not even by the opposition or the enemigas or the people that are supposed to hate you, but by his own kind, his own people. It's because of the way that he carries himself. It's because of the type of light he's shedding on the people. See, you're only as strong as your weakest link. When you have someone that constantly is in the mix and it's all negative, when you have someone that people consider a clown or someone people consider, basura, trash, or they just say like, hey, bro, you make us look bad, homeboy. You're messing up the game for us. You're a reflection of our people. What happens is you start to get hated, not hated on, but hated by your own gente. Now, I've seen where, King Little G, he has his little hiccups with Swifty, whether it be over a song, over barrio warfare, whatever the case may be. They didn't get along, and it came to a point of violence, allegedly. It came to a point where they happened to see each other, and somebody took flight, right? I've heard different stories, but according to the stories I've heard from real ones, it was King Little G that did fire the first shot, allegedly. Now, I'm saying this to say that, or saying that to say this. Now, Mr. Criminal has involved himself, in the mix, trying to be the mediator, trying to be that middleman, trying to diffuse the situation, because that Vato's laced up enough to understand and know how it looks on his people, how it looks, on Vatos like him that carry themselves to certain standards, certain rules and regulations apply, homes. Swifty seems to not understand that. You can't claim something, represent something as big as something, say, like the Sur, homes, and carry yourself in that fashion, in that form of fashion. That's a disrespect to the gente around here. That's a disrespect to the Vatos that strive, that are incarcerated doing vida over this. That's a disrespect to your own barrio, to your people as a whole, that carry themselves with professionalism, respect, and class. Carry yourself with class. That's what I was always told. Be a classy individual. What class? Math class? Science class? No, class, Vato. It's okay to have fun and play games every once in a while. And so I go pitch your ball. You're going to pitch my ball. I'm going to pitch your ball. It's okay to have fun. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you need to be able to lay your head on your pillow and understand that that day you carried yourself with class and professionalism, and you're respected because of that. Now, Swifty is not respected because of the way he carries himself. He's hated. Is he the most hated Southsider in history? Right now, he is. Right now, there's a lot of Vatos that hate on him. I'm telling you, I was in Vegas, and everyone that I heard had a negative comment about this guy. Not positive, not, oh, he has a badass jam, or not, hey, fool, he got some badass tattoos. You know what I mean? The one Vato I talked to from Vegas, he was like, I got some quack-ass tacos. I was like, oh, hell no, right? I don't know what to say about that, to what degree of tattooization he had going on, or to what degree of tattoo artist, 9-year-old he was fucking with. But I do know this, and these are facts. He is definitely hated on in Southern California. Now, when you find yourself in that position, I'm a hated guy out of Northern California. I'm more hated on so than hated, because there's a lot of homeboys that respect and got love for me. But I'm hated on for certain things that I've said in the past or certain things that I've done. And I understand that. And I know there's repercussions for every action. And I respect that. I respect the responsibility to respect that. I understand that. With this territory comes realness. And I ain't never sleeping on that. I ain't never lacking on that, because, hey, facts is facts, and they shall remain. I try to do it as respectful as I can, but some people don't see it that way, and that's quite understandable. Now, with Swifty, he goes out of his way to disrespect people. He goes out of his way to think that he's that one. Nobody is bulletproof, that's it. Nobody is invincible. Even Jesus got nailed to the cross. Everybody can get it. When you carry yourself a certain way and it's very unbecoming and it's detrimental to the safety and security of yourself and those around you, as well as your homeboys, and it sheds a negative light on them, how you fucking think they're going to feel? The ones that usually reach out and touch you are the ones closest to you. I've heard that a long time. You know what I mean? Keep your enemies close, but your friends closer, right? But the friends are also your enemies. Everyone is like that. That's what it is. Is that the way you say it? I don't know. I got jet lag. But I'm saying this. I woke up early. It was a fucking quick flight there. Boom, boom, boom. Watch homeboy get beat up and came back. Now look, and I will say this, and these are facts. If Swifty ever wants to find himself in a less perilous situation, in a less detrimental situation to his character, he needs to ease away from social media and shy away from the cagada, from the mierda, from the basura, from the trash, from the bullshit, because he is constantly not in the limelight for doing good things. I remember back in the days when he was passing out, I think it was backpacks and roast beef out there in Compton. I remember when he was doing things for gente, for people, the elote man and the palatero, and he was doing the righteous thing, and he was respected for that. People were noticing, hey, at least he's out there doing it, something, man. Hey, a little bit of nothing is a whole lot of something to some people. At least he's out there trying. But now, every time you see him in the news, it's, oh, I fought with this guy. This guy's a punk. This guy's a poop butt. This guy, you're not invincible, Holmes. No one is better than everybody. If you put that persona on, if you really want that, someone's going to get that. They're going to bring that to you. I've been told myself, you think you're bad? I said, no, I don't think I'm bad. Hell no. Oh, hell no, right? I think I'm brown and broke. That's what I know. I don't even think that shit. I know it for a fact. I'm even broker now that Ryan took a knee. I'm very broke, right? But at the same time, I'm still man. I have dignity. I have pride, Holmes. And I'm going to carry on. I'm going to keep on because that's what you do. That's what I advise Swifty to do. Keep on with the keep on. Keep going, Holmes. Stay in motion. All this riffraff shit, all this beefing, all this, I don't know if it's made up, if it's just for clout, if it's a way that vatos come together to push that shit, but it starts to have a negative impact on your standings in the streets, how people really feel about you. I'll tell you, I'm all in fucking Vegas and people are talking about him, talking about how much they hate him, how much he's the most hated on and hated. And they had a lot of bad to say, and I just sat back without voicing my opinion on it. I said, well, I don't see it that way, bro. I think that everybody has an impact in the culture. Everybody has an impact on what their life stands for. If they continue to do dumb shit, they're going to get dumb results, Holmes. And sometimes fools get dumb, stupid and dumb, right? It just gets ugly. You never know when it's coming and how it comes. But it's coming. Is this guy the most hated guy in Southern California? I absolutely believe so at this point. I believe that everybody that talks about, he has his camaradas, he has his homeboys that back his play, and there's some real ones, Holmes. I know one of them that's real close to Swifty. I know another vato that's very, very up there, man, that told me Swifty's a very, very intelligent individual. That vato's not like he portrays on the camera. He's actually level-headed and smart-minded, but he has this image he has to uphold. It's kind of like a 6ix9ine in a way, where 6ix9ine's really not. He's not that. He's not. Are you that one? No, I'm not that one. He's not that one. But he has this image to uphold, this clout chasing, this negative image that he's always constantly belittling people and talking shit. And you see what happened to him. Now, it wasn't that bad. In the words of Whack 100, he took the W, I guess, right? To me, anytime you put yourself in a position to get smashed on for no other reason than something you did, hey, Holmes, you got what you get. You get what you got. And that's it. Period. Plain and simple. Now, Swifty, I hope this never has to happen to him. I hope it never comes to that point. But he's definitely a hated individual from the Sur, Holmes. He's definitely, when he said the southern side, not the other side, it's your own side, Holmes, that you'll have repercussions in dealing with. Now, I know up north in Northern California, most vatos don't even know who Swifty Blue is, and they're not really tripping. A lot of real ones are off social media, Holmes. They pay no attention to what's going on in social media because that's not what their program indicates. That's not what it dictates, Holmes. They're on some other shit. They're getting their paper however they get it. They're doing their thing. That's it. But down south, it's a little bit different. It's starting to become a little bit more mainstream, which is how it is. The southern side has always broken to the industry first, and everyone else followed. That's facts. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing or add preservatives. You know, they lead, vatos follow. You know, vatos could sit here and talk about, oh no, we did that, we did. Yeah. After the fact, Holmes. So now with all this podcasting going on, with all the social media, with all this the rap game, the Chicano rap music, whatever the case may be, gangbanging music, or however you want to call it, Swifty's definitely in the mix, but he's a villain. See, he's not Batman, that's it. He's definitely not Robin. He's more like the Joker. He has chosen to become the villain. He has chosen to become opposite of what everyone else is pushing. If you're pushing, I was about to say pussy. So I got spawn. I did better than Ryan last night. I'll tell you that much, right? If you're pushing a negative light, you're going to get negative reactions. If you're pushing a positive, then you already know what that is, right? Sometimes you're pushing that, you get the opposites attract. One never knows, does one? But I definitely know that everything that this vato is doing, man, is uncharacteristic for a real one. You know, I've been around real Southsiders that said solid vatos that'll take your whole fucking head, put it over there for a minute while they conversate with you. It was like, about the guy, a bad head on his shoulders, and now he has none, right? The vatos are different. I knew a vato, they called him head and shoulders. He was big head, big shoulder. Vato was crazy, right? Vatos are real, serio. They ain't got time to play no games. And when you have someone that's disrespecting them from a distance, that's making them look bad, they're going to feel like that. So yeah, he's hated. I honestly and truly believe he is the most hated Southerner right now. Now, there's going to be vatos that follow after him, and there were vatos before him. But he is definitely drawing all the attention and wants to shine on him. And you don't need that shine, because real ones want real results, and their results are not the same that he wants. You know, when you think and you could punk people and yell at people and scream at people and run up on people with the wire dirt gun, allegedly, and tell them pull their shirts up and do these type of things. If you think it's all fun and games to disrespect certain groups or certain audios, it's not, man. It's definitely not. You know, it's very unbecoming of what you claim, but it's even more so unbecoming to the raza. We don't get down like that, Holmes. I'm fucking mad at Ryan. We don't put our knees on the ground. It's said we'd rather die standing than live on our knees. Honestly, Ryan, why? Those guys lost so much money. I'm going to call your brother. That's it. I'm done. Right? So look, what I really want to talk about is Swifty definitely has took a knee in the game. He's taking a knee in the game, gente. He doesn't show class, man. He's not showing the real character, the person he is, man. Be yourself. I was always taught one thing and one thing only by a real G. Two things, actually. Respect everyone and be yourself. I'm not portraying an image here. I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. I'm telling you guys exactly what it is, man. That's how I am in broad daylight in real life. I was in motherfucking Bay last night wiggling like that. That's how I was. Gunners Collective in the building, you know what I mean? There were some bottles that were me mugging, but that had a big old homeboy with me. And if they wanted that, they could have got that. I just know that at the same time, I'm not always the most liked guy in the room as well. So I understand where he's coming from, but I'm not trying to disrespect my gente or where I come from. I'm not disrespecting the raza. I got nothing but love, man. I hope that we all get along. I hope that we all come up. Swifty, there's other ways, Holmes. He is the most hated Southsider right now because he put himself in position to be. Now, if you want to run with that, it is what it is. It's not a great thing to be, though. I guarantee that. You know, anyways, let me know how you guys feel. Do you think I'm right? Do you think it's just an act and maybe he's not the most hated? There's other vatos that are hated because his name seems to be rolling off the tongue in a negative fashion pretty predominantly. You know, I'm just saying, though, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's a sore subject. I know it's an old subject. I know we continue to egg this on. I'm not trying to cause turmoil in this man's life whatsoever. I'm trying to shed a positive light in his life. But it is what it is, Holmes. Stop already. I said, you know what I mean? All these bullshit ass shorts you're making and Instagram beefs and all this could be avoided if you just mind your own before your own will mind you. Period. Anyways, shout out to Swifty Blue, man. I hope he comes up. Shout out to all that's involved. Shout out to the Sur, especially, and the Norte. Real ones doing real things. So the perros, I ain't forgot about you, vatos. And shout out to Ryan, Veta, for losing me all the money you did. And I'm mad at you. With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. And remember, at the end of the day, don't bet on the Raza all the time because you'll fucking lose. Straight up. You know what I mean? If you hit that like, it's with the thumbs up, man. Please help me out. If not, I need it now because I'm broker than Baby Joker. If not, hit me with the thumbs down. See, heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly, truly believe in, and that's unity of all people. Watch how I'm coming. I said, watch how I'm